guys, I hope you're having an awesome week. I really wanted to jump on today and talk about the government incentives and have a nice deep dive into what different incentives are out there, what they look like and what they mean for you if you're a first home buyer. So let's hope my voice holds up and let's jump in. So at the moment, there's quite a few incentives for first home buyers. And the first and foremost incentive, which has been around for quite some time, is the First Home Owners Grant. So the First Home Owners Grant, depending on which state you live in, varies from $15,000 to $10,000, and in some rural areas you can get up to $20,000. But basically the First Homeowners Grant is open to anyone who's purchasing a newly built, never lived in before property or building their own property. And that cash can be put towards your deposit. So if you've got, say, an 8% deposit, but you're eligible for the grant, and let's say you're in Queensland, so it's $15,000, then you can add that $15,000 towards your deposit to bring your loan amount down. Now, the beautiful thing about that is it means you're borrowing less from the bank, which also means you're paying less lender's mortgage insurance, which is a win. And effectively, when else do you get $15,000 or $10,000 from the government? So it's absolutely fantastic if it's something that you qualify for. The other incentive is the First Home Loan Deposit Scheme. So with any typical loan, I'm looking for a client who has about an 8% deposit. If you've got a little bit more or much more, that's fabulous. If you've got less, I can sometimes work with it, but ultimately your ideal position is to have an 8% deposit because it means that you can really be flexible with the banks and lenders that you choose. So the First Home Loan Deposit Scheme is aimed at first home buyers who are buying or building a brand new property who can only get a 5% deposit. Or you've got a little bit more of a deposit, but you don't want to pay any lender's mortgage insurance. So effectively what the government has said is rather than the bank going to a lender's mortgage insurance company and purchasing a policy off them to cover your loan and then on charging that cost to you, the government will cover that debt should something happen. So they're in-house insuring it, if you like. So that means that you don't need any more than a 5% deposit, although again, the more you've got, the less you need to borrow, the better it is. But it also means you're not paying lender's mortgage insurance on top of your loan. Now that's a double win in itself because when you get your lender's mortgage insurance added to your loan, it means that you're paying it off over 30 years with the rest of your loan. So you're also going to save yourself some interest over that 30 years as well. And that takes me to the new incentive that just got talked about at the budget, I think a week ago, and that is the new scheme for single parents. So there's still a little bit of feedback to come from the government around how it's going to work, but effectively everything that I'm reading indicates that it may work quite like the First Home Loan Deposit Scheme. It's aimed at single parents to help them get into their property. So first home buyers who are single parents who are struggling to get a really good chunky deposit. So maybe you're already renting, and we all know how hard it is to save a deposit and rent at the same time, particularly when you have the expenses of kids, because we all know they cost a fortune. So this new scheme is with a 2%, as little as a 2% deposit. The government, again, will back your loan so you can get in your own home sooner and start paying off your mortgage. It's going to save you some lender's mortgage insurance charges, which is fantastic, but it's also going to mean you can get into the property market sooner with a smaller deposit without having to wait while you save and property prices just keep going up. So it's a fabulous incentive. At this stage, again, I can only tell you what I've read, and it's a bit vague, but it looks like it might be for new home and existing properties. However, I'll have to clarify that when I get more information. And there will be a wait list just like the First Home Loan Deposit Scheme. So the way the First Home Loan Deposit Scheme works is there's a set number of places that you can use. The government's not going to just open it up to absolutely anyone. And each of the banks that are participating in this scheme have a set number of allocations that they can give to clients. So in an attempt to try and make it as fair as possible, the banks and lenders are putting clients on a wait list. So effectively you go on a wait list, and once it's your turn and you get put on the scheme, then you can do your pre-approval to start your house hunting. From the time you get accepted on the scheme, you've got up to 3 months to get your pre-approval, start house hunting, and get a contract on a property. Now that can seem like a lot of pressure, and it is really a timing game. You do really need all your ducks in a row, but if you can make it work, like I said before, it's going to save you a fair bit of money. So it's definitely something to think about. Now the allocation spots are opening up again at the end of this financial year for the new 10,000 positions that are available. And obviously the new scheme for the single parents is also going to be released at the start of next financial year. So July 1, is going to be a really interesting time. And look, hopefully we can start to get some more first home buyers and more single parents into properties to really help drive that property market. Not that it really needs it right now. So other than that, guys, that's it from me. I hope you're having a fantastic day. And if you have any particular questions about the scheme or about the grants or just about your personal situation, don't forget you can absolutely book a free Zoom appointment with me, and I'll pop the link in below so that you can book it in obligation free and have a chat to me about your particular situation. Thanks very much, guys. Have a great day.